Trudy Cummings' story is one of strength and perseverance. As a wife, mother, daughter, and former teacher, she faced cancer head-on when life threw her that unexpected challenge. This is her journey.
Good morning. I'm Trudy Cummings and I am from Trasby. I am humble, I am friendly, and I am loving.
We know that you are a survivor, not a fighter. You've already gone through surgery and your cancer has been removed. Trudy, take us back to the first signs of something being wrong. What were the symptoms that you experienced?
Okay, so it first started being diagnosed with a hormone problem in my tender age, having a problem with your menstruation. Because of me diagnosed with a hormone problem in my teenage year, I thought it was the same as being an adult. First, to say when you got children, you won't have that menstruation problem anymore, but that for me was not. It continued, and I have my 2 children, and it continued. I having problem with the hormones, not having a regular menstruation.
So what were some of the challenges that you faced in getting a diagnosis, particularly because you said you have this history with hormonal imbalance?
So basically going to different doctors to get help, I must say. It was very, very difficult because every time you go with that problem, being bleeding for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks beyond the date that your normal menstruation should be last, it was very, very hard for me, knowing that I have to go through this all the time and to hear, oh, you have a hormone problem.
When did you start to think that it was more serious than that, and what did you do?
All right, so it happened one time, which supposed to be the last time before I got my diagnosis, that I fainted after bleeding like for 3 weeks. My son was home. He was like about 8-9 years, and that was the most shaking and frightening for him. And my husband, he called my husband and he said, Mom fainted and she was bleeding. Of course, my whole body was, my skin actually, bottom part was full with blood and so, and we went to see the doctor. This time I went to a different doctor, and then is when I was sent to do a pap smear. That was a shake-up for me, because when I went to do the pap smear and I got the results and I went back to the doctor, then I was told that you have cervical cancer. It's in for the first stage, and if you got the right treatment, it would be okay. And at that time, I was thinking, what is that? I mean, you hear about cancer, but why me? Why everybody else that I visit, doctors, couldn't have said it at that time, but God knows best, and He know the right time.
So how many years was it between being told as an adult that it was hormonal imbalance, a cyst, and then finally cancer?
All right, so it was in my teens when I started with my menstruation, and I started seeing my menstruation in a later age. I was like in 4th form, right? And many teenagers will start it in the form grade 7, or we would say form 1, that like 10, 11. No, it wasn't for me. I see my menstruation till I was like 16 years, 15 to 16 years. And then one time I went to a particular hospital and they told me that I had a cyst. And those cysts always comes up when you see your menstruation. And after your menstruation, it will die away, right? But it did die away, but my bleeding continued. It continues all the time.
Could you describe the physical toll that the bleeding and the fainting and so on, the pain that it was taking on you?
It take a lot, to be honest, because you're bleeding, you can't get to go out. You have to be taking leave to be home, and you can't do work as you like, and the pain, it start, the tummy, and then your back pain start, and you have to be changing a lot of time because you're bleeding a lot. And then one time I was looking like more whiter than I am, in complexion, and all those things. I used to think about it, and when I got my diagnosis, it was hard for me. It was really, really hard, to be honest.
What did you do after being diagnosed? Did you say, listen, I can't do this? Did you think about giving up, or did you say, I'm going to fight this? What did you do?
So, it was my mom and I went when I heard the news. And when I came out, she was like, so what did the doctor say? I said, he said everything is okay. I get over it. I didn't say anything because I didn't want to get my mom especially worried. But when I get home, the tears was flowing that, like I couldn't hold it in. And then my husband came home like 5:30 from work, and he was like, what happened? And I said, boy, this is what they say. And he said, well, how far it is? And I said, well, it now started. The doctor said, well, once I get treatment and I started it would be okay. And then he said, well, I think you should. And I said, you sure? Like the money, and you're thinking down the line, right? And he said, the word he used, I love you, and everything is going to be fine. We're gonna fight this. We're gonna get through this as always, right? So we went back to the doctor, and he told us that, okay, first thing we will have to do is the ice treatment. Bear in mind, I don't know anything but ice treatment. When I get there, okay, this is what we have to do, and this would be inserting you, and you feel like if you're urinating yourself, but it's not urine, it's the water from the eyes and so. But it was an experience that I never expected. I never expect that experience at all, that me would ever go through, that experience.
Did the ice treatment work? Did it do anything for the cancer?
Basically, it didn't, and I was frustrated because of that, because it was still there, and I ended up seeking other doctors, and there is when I met one, and the only solution for me, that knowing that it didn't spread, knowing that it is right there, and the cancer in have no, we would say like root sprang, whatever it is, and he can do the surgery. And in 2013, late 2013, I did an hysterectomy. Everybody may hear, oh, hysterectomy, what is that word? For me, if I didn't know, it's a big word, what is it? But it's basically getting your womb taken away from you, and this is what it looked like. Your womb basically, and this is mine, with everything inside was taken out. That was a big, what must I say? I can't find the word to tell you, but it was very, very hard. Let me say that, thinking, no more children, what's gonna happen? A body part is missing it from your body. What would it be like, like sexually? all of those thoughts in your head, but as my husband would say, getting rid of the problem, and that is the most important thing.
The hysterectomy, it caused you to go into early menopause in your 30s. What was the experience like going through that?
Some people would go into depression. That was one that I faced. I hear people talking about it, never seen it, but hear they talking. But I went through it because going through an early age in menopause, your whole body is on fire. You want to know what's going on. Mood swing, always bickering. One time it was like so much. I started chipping my hair, and my mom was coming by me that same afternoon, and she hearing it screaming. And when she gets home at me, she was like, I was sitting on the bench, and she was like, "What's really wrong with you?" And I told her, I chip out all my hair, like I don't want it. I don't want my hair, because it's how my body with menopause is. And then I realized that people go to these mental health place because of menopause. They go on medication, like if they're crazy because of menopause. But thank God that I'm over that. I don't wish menopause on anybody, to be honest, especially with this heat. You would be stripping as naked as you're born.
So having gone through it, however, having the hysterectomy, going through menopause and all of that, do you have any regrets?
No. I wouldn't have said that I have any regrets by taking it out. But, being in your 30s, you want more kids, things like that. You thinking down the line, oh, I could have want more kids. I would have chance at other one, having 2 wonderful kids, I can go with the next one, fill up the house with kids. But then it's not. But you have to accept the fact that, it's for the best. Doing that, going through that, I would have not been here for you to hear my voice, for you to hear my story, and to tell you what I went through.
If there is a woman out there who might be experiencing some of the same signs and symptoms and some of the same challenges with diagnosis, or even they just got diagnosed, they're facing hysterectomy, they're thinking about all the struggles that they have to face, what would your message be to that woman?
If you facing hormone problem and you go to one doctor and they say, oh, you're going through a hormone problem, and you're seeing that is happening, my dear, don't stop there. Go on. Go find someone else. Get other advice. Seek other help, because sometimes it may not be an hormone problem. It might be something else. So don't stop there. Seek advice. See other doctors.
And what would you say to the woman facing hysterectomy?
Oh, it's not it's not the end of the world. You can still live. Look at me. I'm living, right? You have life, and you can live, and you can be someone else's mommy too, right?
You're on the cover of a magazine.
Oh, yes.
Telling your story. How did this come about?
All right. So I'm a part of Giving Hope Foundation also. That's a wonderful foundation. That's Dr. Latoya. She's an oncologist. And I normally go to her functions that they have. And so I met that group in Munishwar. I was doing shopping. And I think it was my mom and my daughter, and they was like, go and tell your story, go and tell them what you went through. And doctor was there and she was listening, right? And she was saying, are you a survivor? And then my daughter would say, yes, she is. She did a surgery and so and so. And she said, okay, I'm going to write down your name and I'm inviting you to so-and-so program and so. And from since then, that's in 2017, I think that was. And from then. But last year, I got a call and they told me, you were chosen to be on the in a magazine and to be the cover girl. I was like, for real? Like, like I can't believe it, right? And I was saying, to share my story is okay, but like to be in a magazine, do they have anybody else to go? No, we choose you. And I was like, okay, let's go, see how it goes, see how it try it out, see whatever. I said, but if you're gonna do an interview with me, please let me know what you're gonna ask so I could be prepared. Don't ask me nothing that will make me look so silly. So yes, it was very, very exciting. It was really exciting.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add about this entire experience?
Family is the key. And I'm saying it because some of our survivors, the family don't, right? But I was grateful that I had my family, my mom, my brothers, my kids, my husband. Oh my God. He's everything. He don't let you down. He take you wherever you have to go. He support you in everything. Well, of course, he's the cook man. He do all the cooking. So he ensure that you eat healthy, ensure that not too much salt, not too much